Jam on the programme. Some great insight there. We now move on once again. China has strongly protested the European Union's latest sanctions over the Ukraine war after 2 Chinese banks were included in the bloc's 18th package of measures against Russia. Commerce Minister Wang Wentao raised solemn representations with EU chief Marko Sefcovic, warning against targeting Chinese institutions. The sanctions also hit Russian oil exports and a refinery in India, aiming to squeeze Moscow's global ties. Beijing denies aiding Russia's war effort, saying the EU's move is unjustified. The dispute comes ahead of Thursday's summit in Beijing between top EU leaders and Chinese officials. We're now joined by Asuma Katoka, who's joining us from the NewsX World newsroom to give us some more information. Asuma, what more can you tell us about this situation?
So now tensions are rising and they are pretty high between EU and China, as talks are set to begin tomorrow as China hosts EU, including Antonio Costa and Ursula von der Leyen. And this will be hosted by President Xi Jinping himself. He will be present during some of these talks. We don't know which ones for sure, but he his office has mentioned that he will be also taking part in these talks. Now, this comes amid 18 sanctions put on by Europe, EU towards Russia to curb some of Russia's income based on their oil, but it's very skeptical to how will these work, because now that it's in 18th, you have to know that there were 17 more sanctions already put in US, and China has commented saying that this is discriminatory. Also, China has commented on or shown concerns over EU sanctions towards 2 of their financial institutions, and earlier also we saw that India's refinery is also sanctioned by EU regarding in attempts to curb some income towards for Russia's.
Yes,
Asuma,
thank you very much for joining us and giving us some context on that story. We now move over to Europe, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi begins a 4-day diplomatic tour to the United Kingdom and the Maldives, with strategic ties and trade at the top of the agenda. The visit to the UK marks Modi's fourth trip to the country and comes at the invitation of British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. During the 2-day stay in London, Modi is set to formally sign the landmark India-UK Free Trade Agreement, a deal expected to double bilateral trade from $60 billion to $120 billion by 2030. The Cabinet cleared the agreement on Tuesday, capping months of negotiations. The 2 sides will also review the India-UK Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, with focus on areas including technology, defence, education and climate. Modi is also expected to meet King Charles III. The Prime Minister will then head to the Maldives from July the 25th to the 26th, in a trip seen as a crucial reset of ties strained under the pro-China presidency of Mohamed Muizzu.